Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And we're going to take another look in that depraved world of the Mermaids charity. Remember, these are those weird people who send out chest binders to girls as young as 13, knowingly against their parental wishes, and who give fake and dangerous advice with regards to chemicals and procedures so that these girls can then use to mutilate their bodies and destroy their futures. And we have to ask why the likes of Emma Watson and other celebrities are backing them and putting money into them. Especially now that the Metropolitan Police are investigating. They're investigating the charity and all these claims that these girls are using these dangerous devices. And also all the other can of worms that are being opened, such as chest ironing. This is awful. So we're going to take a look at this article now and go straight in and discuss it. So, chest binding could be CA. You can read the words, I can't say them out loud. But child, terrible bad things. Says the Met Police after trans charity Mermaids sent breast binders to girls as young as 13 against their parents' wishes. Now, I did a video the other day, and I will put at the end, I'll put the link up there somewhere, it'll be on the screen, to that video. Met Police said it would investigate any reported use of chest binders on girls. Force said it would assess the situation of each case with help of social services. It comes after the Charity Commission said it is assessing concerns over the Mermaid charity. So the Met Police has said it was going to investigate any reported use of chest binders on young girls after the breast flattening devices were offered to children as young as 13 by this terrible bunch of awful abusers. Scotland Yard insisted sending binders to children was not in itself a crime, but said if it received reports of a child using them, it would assess the facts with the help of social services. Trans charity Mermaids sparked criticism when a Daily Telegraph probe found it was offering the chest binders to teenage girls who wanted to change genders after their parents refused them to let them wear them. News breaking in. You cannot change your gender. You can simply change your body. But who you are and what you are does not change. You can mutilate yourself. You can damage yourself beyond repair. You can get to a point where you sterilise yourself because you have a mental condition that needs addressing. And then you're going to regret it. And then you're going to be one of the 90% higher risk of self-ending. Because this charity, which is not run by psychiatrists or medical professionals, but by an IT consultant, is just going out and pushing an agenda against children. And it hasn't assessed those children in any way. Children just ring up and it sends them out. This has got to be a form of CA. Absolutely is. The Charity Commission confirmed this week they're assessing concerns raised about the charity after further claims they were giving out medical advice on puberty blockers without the relevant training. Exactly. These people aren't medical. But they're going there and they're telling kids it's safe and it's reversible. And it is neither safe nor reversible. They need to be prosecuted. They need to be imprisoned for this alone. Never mind the rest of it. They need to be imprisoned for that. But when you take in the physical harm they're doing by sending out these devices, I mean, long time, and be registered as a C abuser and be on a register for the rest of their lives. The Met's website references the use of binders under the offence of breast ironing, also called breast flattening, an abusive practice in some African countries, particularly Cameroon, that seeks to protect girls from unwanted advances. According to Global Citizen, as many as 1,000 girls from the West African immigrant communities in Britain are believed to have undertaken breast ironing, mostly forced on them by relatives. Let me tell you that it counts as FGM, right? Breast ironing is part of FGM. And that is illegal. It is completely illegal in this country. But mermaids are doing it. They're pushing it. They're not medical and they're pushing FGM. They need to be prosecuted. They need to be shamed. And the likes of Emma Watson who are going, oh, this is great. Look at this. Look at this. We're taking girls and we're making them, change their bodies. We're making them hack bits off their bodies. And they're doing it because a charity says it's great, a charity run by an IT consultant. Not one person who's medically qualified is involved. No one's getting psychiatric or psychoanalytical help for this. No, we're just going to... What is Emma Watson up to? It makes you wonder what her agenda is. This is a woman with an agenda, and it's not a very good one. She is filled with bile and hate. She's taken the money that she's made and she's turning her whole life around and dedicating it to hate-filled enterprises. It's the only thing I can see. The Met's website describes it as CA, which often which often involves flattening a girl's chest with a hot stone or other objects to delay breast growth. You're basically burning them. You're putting heat in. It kills the cells and stops growth. In other words, making sure that they're flat-chested, because otherwise men might find them attractive, and that would lead to men wanting them. So parents are abusing and damaging and mutilating children because they cannot control other people from wanting their children. It's called poor parenting. The MEBS, it adds, sometimes an elastic belt or binder is used to stop them from growing. One legal expert said the description of a binder sounds similar to the devices used by teenage girls wanting to transition genders. Ian Aitchison, a former Home Office official and visiting professor at Staffordshire University School of Law, Policing and Forensics, told The Telegraph, "I'm really confused. Is this not CA? If it's the same process is advocated by a UK registered charity acting in collusion with a minor against the wishes of parents." Yeah, so you've got this charity, and why it's still a charity nobody knows, that's saying to a child, do this, do this, do this, against medical advice and against the wishes of the parents, and it's pushing something that is also defined in law as FGM and is actually illegal. Again, like I say, and you get these people, all these celebs are pushing this, and we're going to take a look at these celebs in a minute, because there's another article and it's completely related, and we're going to go to that in a moment. So the Mail Online has contacted the CPS for comment, and a Metropolitan Police spokesman said the supply of a breast binder on its own is not a criminal offence. However, if an individual case of someone using a breast binder or undergoing the practice of breast ironing is reported to the police, it would be investigated jointly with social services as potential CA. And the same approach would be taken regardless of culture or community. They previously said some trans, masculine, non-binary and gender diverse people, the mentally ill, experience body dysphoria as a result of their chest, and binding for some helps alleviate that distress. No, it doesn't alleviate the distress. Psychiatric counselling will alleviate the distress. Just the binding does nothing. It just covers it up so they look down for 5 minutes and go, oh, look, I haven't got breasts. I'm a boy. Look at me. I'm a real boy. Well, I've got news for you, Pinocchio. You're not a real boy. You're a girl, and you'll always be a girl. Mermaids takes a harm reduction position within the understanding that providing a young person with a binder and comprehensive safety guidelines from an experienced member of staff does not mean qualified, medically qualified, or in any way an expert in the use of these. It's just someone who's experienced in CA, experienced in harming children. The risk is considered by Mermaid staff within the context of our safeguarding framework. Yeah, we've got an IT guy who's going to look at your child and assume that you're okay with an IT guy saying, hey, I'm just going to damage your child permanently. But you're okay with that. No, that is not okay. And you all need to go to jail. And all, without a fail, need to be on that register. The study reads, commercial binders were the binding method most consistently associated with negative health outcomes, probably because such binders have the potential to provide more compression than other binding methods. And there's our beloved friend to this channel, J.K. Rowling. She is very much against it. It says here, it comes after Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling slammed celebrities and organisations who would publicly back the charity without doing their due diligence, as other critics called for an official probe into its practices. And I'm going to stop with this one, and we're going to switch over to this one. Bang. J.K. Rowling says celebrities like Harry and Meghan and Emma Watson, who cheered on trans charity Mermaids, should feel ashamed as it is probed by a watchdog over children's chest flattening binders. This is also now being probed by the police. So it's going to say a lot of things that are similar to the previous one, because, you know, the reporters are lazy and they'll just copy and paste. But celebrities who have publicly backed Mermaids include the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Well, of course they will. Publicity-hungry, awful people that they are. Harry Potter star Emma Watson and Jamila Jamil, who nobody's ever heard of. Mermaid staff offered to send breast binders to a girl they believed was only 14 after being told she was banned from using one by her mother. And again, it's just refuting the things I've covered before. But you do have these awful people going, "Oh look, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that." So this is back in the happy days when that woman in the middle, J.K. Rowling, was making all those people rich. And then the one on the end said, "No, I'm going to bite the hand that feeds me, and I'm going to turn completely against you because you're standing up for normality." But she's got the Emma Watson is not normal. She's mentally impaired, I think. It's my opinion, allegedly. And then you got these two awful people, and then you have this awful charity that just out there to destroy children. And there's the leader, not a medical person, just an IT consultant who, in herself, took her own child abroad because the safeguarding in this country said that the operation couldn't be done. So she took the child, Jack, her son Jack, across to Thailand to be mutilated. What a wonderful mother she must be, mutilating children. Anyway, I shall come up and round off. And so it's all starting to unravel, isn't it? These awful people running this terrible charity, which shouldn't be a charity, have been found out for what they are. They are the mutilators of children. And all these celebrities, these B-listers and nobodies who want their moment of sunlight going, look at me, I'm virtue signalling. Well, they should be hanging their heads in shame at being associated with what's happening to children. FGM is not a joke, but these people are pushing it. But they won't be ashamed because that would require humanity, and these people haven't got humanity. They are quite inhumane themselves. And so the children are just the cannon fodder in a battle. Well, I hope the battle is quickly won, and we need to win it, and we need a decisive victory. And once you start jailing people like this, then the victory will come. When people realise what awful, horrendous, inhumane things are happening to children in the name of woke ideology. And J.K. Rowling is right. It is wrong and it needs to be fought. So good luck to her and good luck to everyone who's normal and who agrees with her and who stands with her. Adults can make decisions that children must never be allowed to make. Thank you for listening, and I'll bring it to an end. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Please give a like. Make a comment, please share the video, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, protect your children, and goodbye.